Press the bell icon on our YouTube app and never miss another video from Spotboy.
So do I really need to introduce you to one of the biggest or perhaps the biggest face on Indian television for sure, and now she has ventured into films? Mouni Roy.
Thank you for your kind words, but it's nothing like that. But thank you for being kind, and thank you for having me here today.
It's a pleasure, Mouni. And my first, when I just saw you just before entering this room is, you've really lost weight. We'll venture into all the other questions, but please.
No, I haven't. I'm trying to be toned. I haven't really lost weight. I eat a lot. But yes, I'm trying to focus on my exercising and toning up. So I think that shows a little bit. But that's it. Weighing. In fact, can I please reveal a secret? I'm 58, 59 kgs.
Okay.
So that's a lot.
No, but that could be the weight of your bones. I don't see the weight.
That I don't know, but it's a lot of weight.
But you had put on weight actually after Gold.
During Gold I had. So when I had gone to meet Rima ma'am, she saw me and she said, "You're looking very scrawny." She's a Bengali woman who belonged to 1936. The film features over 1936 to 48.
Yeah.
So we need you to be slightly healthy.
Yeah.
So I was very happy. I started eating burgers and fries and pizzas and everything. So that was, and suddenly one fine time I realized I'm looking round. My face had become like one golgappa. So that was that. But then immediately after Gold, I don't think I was planning to lose weight as such, consciously. But then Brahmastra happened and I needed to look the part. Which is why the training started, and it wasn't just weight loss training or anything. It was training in general, as in maybe kickboxing or flexibility training. So but it was something new that my body was adapting to. So I think that is when the change actually happened, because if you haven't done something ever, and suddenly your body goes into shock, and so the transformation is quicker or faster. But I have come into my own again. I am not as skinny I was at that point of time, 3 months back.
Okay, so in Brahmastra you were more skinnier than you are here.
No, it was at that period of time. Yeah, no, I'm not skinny, but I am definitely toned in the film. Yeah.
So tell me, what is your, I'm going to go to Gold and all your other things, but tell me, what are you eating, since we are on the diet and on the exercise regime?
I eat normal food. I eat normal Indian food. I wake up in the morning, but I make sure I have all the important ingredients like almonds and dates and kale juices or throughout the day. But I need my full meals. I have to have my brown rice with, otherwise I become a very cranky person. So I need proper lunch, proper breakfast. It can be anything. In fact, I try not to cheat after 6 o'clock. But if I have to eat anything, I finish eating before 6. That is one very good change that I have done, and you guys should too. Don't eat after 7:30. Even if you're hungry, go have makhanas and salads and soups. Yeah, so
Did Akshay Kumar teach you that? Because he always keeps saying, मैं 8 बजे के बाद नहीं खाता हूँ कुछ भी.
नहीं उनका वो तो I have heard he goes to bed really early and wakes up really early.
Yeah.
That is a sadhu routine. I feel it's well done to anybody who can wake up with sunrise and go to bed with sunset. I'm not that disciplined, but I have been trying to follow. When I got into when I was doing Naagin, in fact that is when I realized that I needed to be fit from within, healthy from within more than anything else. Because I was eating bhajiyas, and initially when I had just started, and we used to shoot odd hours, and I had piled on to everything, right from biscuits to chanachur to I don't know, pav bhaji, to anything that I would find, the set ka nashta, you name it and I would eat it. And suddenly I just saw my immunity fall, and I was falling sick more often, and that is when I kind of got into fitness slowly and steadily. So yeah, that is when the transformation started to come about.
So what are you not eating now? Is there anything particular?
No, but
Nothing.
I have lessened my quantity. I can finish 3 or 4 pastries at the same time, at the same go. My appetite is huge, but now I have started eating one.
Okay.
So it's like that. If I would have
So
5
in
small
moderate
cupcakes,
quantities, yeah.
I would just have like one and I stop at it and just quickly drink water, lots of water, so that I don't feel
And
the
green tea, I
urge
guess.
to. Yeah, I'm more of a coffee and chai person. That's also another problem. You're not supposed to have so much milk.
Yeah.
So instead of having 3 chais in a day, I'd just like have one coffee, one black coffee and one tea with half a spoon of
Exercise
milk.
regime क्या है?
I do a lot of flexibility training. That's my, and 2-3 days in a week I try to do some weights. But yeah, I'm not as fit. Yeah, my food habits, like people who are completely into fitness, they don't touch carbs. Like I have these friends, I don't know how they survive. They don't touch carbs. Like it's been for that instance, Shakti Mohan, dance. I don't think in the last 5 or 6 months she has had carbs.
So I tried, not taking carbs like your friends, but
Yeah.
I started becoming cranky.
Yeah, I don't know. There are some people who don't love food, I guess.
Yeah.
So then they don't like food. Is to me is happiness. Like I feel happy, and then in our busy lives, like you can't hang with friends all the time. You can't do movies all the time. You can't, go bowling or do this or that. Go swimming whenever you want to. So all there is left is food. So if you take that away, there's no happiness. There's no source of happiness. So that's what I feel. But I have started doing everything in moderation, like you said.
तो अभी हर जगह आप नहीं जा सकते. Has it happened after Gold or did it happen after Naagin?
Not like that, because we are so busy.
Yeah, but
Otherwise-
still, I'm sure after Gold and after Naagin in particular, I'm asking you.
I go everywhere.
There must be days, where you can't go out.
When I have the time, I go
most of the time.
everywhere. Like I go with most of my friends are non-industry friends.
Yeah.
We all like to go out. Even if they are not eating, they would just like to come and sit and look at the food while I eat. So we'll go to these fancy places and they would just like
And you
have
don't get
soup.
mobbed?
And people come up for pictures, but that's one of the happy sad combination of things, I guess, because sometimes you
feel
feel
good about it.
overwhelmed and very good about it, and sometimes when you're cranky and you're upset or you're really tired, then you feel like I could do without it. But that's the job, I guess, and I've been around for quite some time. That doesn't bother me.
So over to Gold. Do you think it was a golden opportunity?
Absolute golden opportunity. It's one of my most favorite moments of my life when I was told that I got the part of Mouni Roy. And I can't believe that it happened actually, because I was very happily, at one point of time I really wanted to do films when I was doing TV, and then it just didn't happen, or whatever was coming across, I was feeling like there's no point, like there's no point just going and doing one film and coming back and doing TV. I might as well do what I'm doing properly. So I stayed on, and then there was one time where I was shooting 40 days in a month, I did Mahadev, and then Jhalak Dikhla Ja, Naagin 1, Naagin 2. These were those years that I was really, really busy. And then suddenly this happened. So I was in full disbelief, and I thought, they're making some mistake. I think they're taking someone else and they're calling me. But then we started shooting, and it just...
Why are you not sure?
I'm a person of nerves and disbelief. It doesn't, like, good news take a lot of time to sink in.
तो क्या हुआ? किसका phone आया? Rima called you directly?
No. I had got a call from Nandini Shrikant. She's the casting director of the film. So I went for an audition. How I went for audition also is very interesting. So they called me a day prior and they said, you come tomorrow. I said, how do I come tomorrow? I have a 9 to 9. He's like, no, you please just give us some time.
Yeah.
So I went on set. I called the head of production. I said, listen, you have to do this for me. I'm going to leave like at 1 o'clock, and then I'm going to come back after lunch. But there is a twist. After lunch, the next scene I can't do, so you keep somebody else's scene. So they, I think, shuffled the routine a little bit, because anyway I used to be there 24/7. I was shooting Naagin.
Yeah.
So and they didn't want like really a lot of makeup. So I remember removing makeup and wearing my mama's sari and quickly going and doing the audition. And by the time I came back, they were all like waiting. So again, I got changed into the whole Naagin avatar in like half an hour. I remember I was like, chalo, jaldi karo, shot ruka hua hai. And then I got dressed, and then I continued shooting for Naagin.
So has that movie now given you like a lot of calls coming from filmmakers and saying we want to cast you?
Few calls, but that way, if you see, I've been very lucky. Even before Gold released, next year all of the 3 films, Raw and Brahmastra and Made in China, all 3 of them will release.
Yeah.
So I think I am more than grateful. Like right now, I couldn't have.
But
asked
all 3
for
were there
more.
before Gold with you.
Yeah. And all three of them happened out of auditions. Like
Yeah.
I was called for auditions by respective casting directors, whether it was Mukesh, whether it was Mukesh for both Raw and Brahmastra. And Made in China, I got a call from Maddock directly. Sharda called me. So I auditioned for all these films. They thought I would look proper in the part, and then I got those.
So how did you send out this word? I mean, you after Naagin
I
ended.
didn't, but
How did it
happened.
percolate that okay, Mouni wants to do movies?
So
I
you
mean,
before this interview told me that we had a conversation when I had just come to Bombay. So
Yeah.
everything you might remember, might not,
Yeah.
that everything in my life has been incidental. I was literally walking outside my university when I was tapped on my shoulder and said, auditions going on, would you like to go and
Yeah.
do a test for us? So, and it's the same thing. I genuinely believe all of us as individuals, we have our own journeys and we have our own destinies, and no two people's journeys are the same, you know. So this is what my journey had to be. Like, it's been 9.5 years that I was doing television, and films didn't happen then, even when I was like
but
really wanting to do
You
films.
had that urge, I want to do films.
Who doesn't want to? Like, I wanted to do, it's not that, I wanted to play different roles. So about the industry, the best, like our industry, the film and TV and art, basically what I love doing most is acting and dancing. So, and I wanted to do it as much as possible, in as forms as possible, in as many mediums as possible. So yes, I really wanted to do films, but having said that, I owe it all to TV, and I'm a very proud TV actor, and it has given me it's given me everything that I have in my life. So yeah, that's that.
So why didn't you tell Ekta to cast you? I mean, she's your mentor, she's your friend.
I don't tell like that. I'm not that person. I always believe that.
Did she never think that?
Always. She always thought, and she always felt like if there is a right project, we would do something. But it just so happened that Gold happened, and she was giving me Naagin. Like it changed my life around completely. Like, from dancing in all the award functions, including like an IFA or a Star, awards, like all the film awards too. It all happened after Naagin won. So it was that's a blessed show, I feel. So, and it's become a brand, and I'm so happy that it's still the #1 show and doing so well. And I really firmly believe it's going to continue to do so only because of its storytelling.
But when it came to you, you had done quite a few realistic serials.
Yes.
Did you think that this concept is ye sab kya hai?
Yes.
Should we do it? Should we not do it?
Forget about that. I had finished doing Mahadev, so I felt like यही करती रहूँगी. पहले I played a goddess, now I'll play a snake. Now what will happen? But then it's Ekta ma'am, so she called me, and I genuinely trust her.
You expressed your apprehension to her?
No. After so long, I had gotten a call from Balaji. I was elated and I was very happy. So I went and met her. I was sold in the first meeting only when she started narrating the story and Hawa and this and that. And I, you can associate with not the Naagin bit, but the other part of the character, a girl. It's a revenge drama.
Yeah.
The vulnerability attached to it, the
story,
storytelling,
the inside,
the
backstory,
the pain, the pathos the girl feels, and why she does what she does, and plus the treatment, the full Indianness, the background score. I thought it was very contemporary, and I didn't think it was jaded or like any other Naagins that had come on TV. So I was sold in the first time that I went to meet her. And if you ever sit in Ekta ma'am's narration, you'll realize how powerful they are. She'll do everything. She'll say winds blowing and you moving, and then you turn around and you give a look.
Yeah, it's very live.
It's very live.
I know.
So I was completely blown.
Yeah, but she has this ability to convince people.
Yeah, she does.
So tell me, when you start Naagin तो हुआ, but जब आपने next part नहीं किया उसका, तो was she upset?
The most supportive person was Ekta. I don't think I could have taken this call without her. So see, it was it still is a very big decision for me, and I still I feel like I belong to Naagin. I still do. Like, it's a show that I will never be able to associate myself with, because it's all our baby. We all started in it together. There was a lot of apprehension. There was this thing about, after so many years, you were coming back with another fantasy fiction, whether or not people will accept it, whether or not people will like it, how would everybody react to it. And then it did what it did for everyone. So, and I had only Gold. one film. So I was under a lot of
So
stress.
it was A or B, huh?
It was A or B because I couldn't, like, the dates wouldn't match, and if you say yes to a show, especially a TV show, then you have to be responsible. You can't be irresponsible and say I'm only available for 10 days or 15 days.
You have to work around
Because,
me, nahi ho sakta.
Yes, you can't work around it, and if you do, then the work suffers.
Yeah.
Then there are a lot of cheat shoots, and things don't go right, and then there is a lot of, what is the point of creating nuisance on set? You know, all the problems, all the date issue, clothes issue, trials, I believe all these other things, or the look test, all these other things that should happen before you come to the set. Once you're on the set, it's the script, you're acting, you're the storytelling, that the filmmaking basically.
But other stars will also have to, you know, be at your beck and call.
Beck and call.
Indirectly or directly.
So I went and I spoke to her. She was so supportive. She said, this time is not going to come back in your life, you know. It's happening right now. It's an exciting phase in your life. Go ahead and do it. So I was like, really? She said that? Because I was thinking she would be like little upset, but she wasn't.
But your heart was in Gold more than in Naagin.
No, my heart was in both places. Like, I couldn't if I could, then I would like do both. But then slowly, steadily, Brahmastra happened, and these two other things happened. So then I was like, okay, it was the right decision to be taken, because with Gold it was still okay, but with all these things, there's no way that I would be able to give it the time and the attention that it needed.
So did she see Gold? Did she come and tell you anything?
I don't know actually, but she has seen the trailers and she's seen the songs and she's appreciated me a lot. Yeah, I told you I'm like her baby, so she'd love everything that I would do, and it would be slightly partial and biased also.
So before we go to the other three films and a little back and forth, you said that these all films were incidental, and you know, Naagin ke side.
They're not incidental.
I mean, obviously,
and
through auditions it happened, but there is this too much of talk going on that Salman is helping you out and pushing your name. He's a good friend of yours.
I don't even want to take Sir's name because it's just shows badly on me. It shows like I'm trying to garner some kind of attention or some kind of publicity through it, you know. And it's not it's not in, there is no truth to it. I like, anybody can speak to the makers of Gold if they wish to, if they really are so interested. But I feel slightly upset over it or angry over it because it was my moment, and I mean, I don't think it is so beyond anybody's imagination to kind of believe that I could land a role of a Bengali girl, being a Bengali, in a film like Gold after 9.5 years of acting. So that was like taking my moment away. That's what I felt.
Credit also.
The moment and credit away. And I was slightly hurt with that when that was reported. And no,
so did you clarify with him? Did he call you? Anything? Any interaction?
No, I don't think he would even react to something like that.
Okay, so tell us now about the big three films. Raw, Brahmastra, Made in China.
I am actually not allowed to
Now don't tell me all three are again, your heart is in all three equally. Which is the best of the three?
I can't choose you. Can you choose between your babies?
Okay.
You can't because when you are putting in all your hard work and sweat into something and the process is so grueling, you have workshops before that on set, you are constantly like concentrated. You don't care whether it's hot or cold or your happy day or sad day. All that matters
I understand,
is the
when
work.
you're doing Raw, you don't think of Brahmastra. When you're doing Brahmastra, it's not reverse.
Yes, so all three of them are equally important to me, and I don't have the privilege to kind of say any statement like that right now because I am a complete rank newcomer. When I'm a nobody when the films are concerned, and I am okay being a beginner, and I'm okay being a beginner every single day, you know. I really believe in working hard. I really believe there's no shortcut to hard work. I really believe that only honest and good work will get you more work, and so that's why I feel fine and happy.
So tell us about these films now. How?
Well, I'm not allowed to speak too much about them. Brahmastra, I'm playing the antagonist. Made in China, I'm playing a Gujarati hottie. And Raw is also a very interesting character. You guys have to go and see.
Big role in Brahmastra? It's interesting to see you with
Interesting
Ranbir and
role.
Alia.
It's an interesting role. You guys should watch it, and you know, roles are not to
As
me,
per the length, yeah.
Yeah, big or small, it is either relevant or irrelevant. So I would like to say all the 3 films that are doing, they're extremely relevant films to start with, and I have relevant parts.
So I read something before I came here, obviously, like we always do when we go for an interview. So I read that you said that I will not wear a bikini in films. I think you said it 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah.
Now, has that mentality changed, or will you do kissing scenes? Will you do love-making scenes? Because आजकल तो बहुत common हो गया.
Slightly changed actually. I think as when you grow as a human being, you kind of grow as an actor also, and you kind of understand the way art is made, you know, or the procedure of making art or creating art. So it's filmmaking falls under one of those categories.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm not a person who thinks about hypothetical things. So I feel like we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
What about the intimate scenes? What about kissing scenes? They become so common.
I don't know if the script demands, maybe, but I haven't really given it any thought, honestly. And you know, even in television soaps, we used to have consummation scenes and love making scenes. It's just that
अब तो बहुत common.
अब तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा common है TV में भी. But the way that it's shot is slightly different. That's all that there is. I think the medium is different. It's happening on TV as well, and
Yeah.
that's
why Mouni Roy is also changing.
Slightly.
Tell me
Change
some.
is the only constant. It's the law of universe. You must change. You can't study in first standard and not go into 10th standard. You have to do first, second, third, fourth, and so on and so forth.
So we started with, saying that you lost weight, and I also read that,
Yeah.
we are going to something which has become very common now with stars, trolling.
Yeah.
And you were trolled, somebody said you become too skinny, and somebody trolled you for an off-shoulder gown.
Yeah.
How do you tackle this part of your life?
I don't actually. I'm that way.
Don't reply back, don't get upset.
I don't get upset at all. Those are jobless, useless people. Why would I get upset over them? Like, maximum I would do is like, because my manager also has my handle and everything, I'd just be like, block. So that's like the maximum thing I would ask somebody to do, because I genuinely feel they add or subtract nothing to my life, honestly.
Yeah.
And these are phantom people who are, hiding behind their phone screens and writing all these rubbish.
Yeah.
So there's no point, and you can't fight with a fool. I feel like if you fight with a fool, you are a bigger fool than that person, because they're ultimately not going to understand. If they're not like-minded people, if they were, then they wouldn't be commenting such random, obnoxious, hurtful things on people's pages.
Yeah.
But they do, and that's there. I wish all
So
of
you
them
never
well.
reply back?
I never reply. I really don't care. Like, I really don't
I haven't
care.
seen, but just in case.
No, I really don't care, and I have these wonderful set of friends who are not from this industry, and I have a beautiful family. So I like to prioritize people and
You would value
my
their
work.
opinion rather.
Yeah, I
rather
value
than
people's opinion who actually
rather
are
than these-
concerned about me. People
Yeah.
who are not concerned
fictitious.
about me. Yeah.
Yeah, people. Yeah, fictitious names.
It's like I love my job, I like to do my work and then get out of there. It could be anything. It could be posting a picture on Instagram, or going and doing an award function, dancing, or doing the red carpet. I know these are important things that are required of you when you are a part of this industry. So I like to go there, finish it off, and just get out.
You entered movies, when you entered movies from
Yeah.
television,
Yeah.
how was the family reaction? Because, we
Same. My
hear stories, Bollywood casting couch, big bad world. तो वो apprehensions घर पर,
My parents are...
they sat you down.
I have lost my father 5 years back, and I'm a completely daddy's girl, like completely
Okay.
Baba's daughter.
Okay.
So, and that was a huge loss, but at the same time, I have not forgotten what he has taught me since childhood. And we are all very simple people. I come from a very simple, small town family. So she doesn't understand. The only thing she said when I told her I got selected in Gold is like,
Your mom?
Yeah, my mom. She gave me her blessings in Bangla, and I came back home and I touched her feet, and that's about it. She was just happy, and she is not too happy about anything, and she's not too sad. I always say this thing. This I learnt in Mahadev actually when I was doing that. Na samman ka moh, na apman ka bhay. So she's like that. She's that person, and that's the family that we come from. It's a very academically inclined family. So like I said, I like to do my job and get out of there. So I don't think about these things. My parents have never like told me about these things because I don't think they know that these things exist, and they are.
But you must have heard stories from
very
your friends,
simple.
from your
Of course.
from models, from actors, actresses.
Of course, I have heard a few stories, and I feel bad for those people whom it had happened with, and sometimes I feel like there should have been people who were courageous enough to go out there and talk about it. I feel like I am one of those people. I am if something wrong had to, if I had to ever be wronged in some or the other way, I would speak about it without thinking of the consequences or whatever that you might.
You met with the wrong situation. You.
If if I were in a wrong.
So
situation,
you haven't.
I would talk.
So far, you haven't come across any unpleasant incident
at all.
Any indecent proposal.
At all. Touchwood, I'm very blessed. Like very, and I am very grateful. And you have to be grateful and honest.
So when you go to meet a producer or a director or a
they are normal human beings.
Yeah, but do you have still those butterflies in your stomach?
No. I treat people as people, and I like them to treat me as I believe you have to give respect to.
I mean, obviously
everyone.
all are not same.
Ask them. I came in. I said hello to them. I shook his hand.
I saw you intermingling with the.
So I treat human beings as human beings, and that is when you do that, when you treat people for who they are and not what they can do for you, I think it kind of translates in your behavior, and the same vibe is received at the same time.
Yeah.
So I am that person, and I am like that because of my parents. I just
It's
like
very
to do
good to hear that, because today people don't.
No, people don't.
People just want to know what you can do for me, and why the hell didn't you do it?
Yeah. That's not
because
nice.
I told you to do it. I am your boss. I am this. I am that.
Yeah, that's true. And it's very sad. So, and I've been blessed with the kind of friends that I have in Bombay. Even family is not like that. So I've been very, very blessed. So I am happy and content, and I look forward to doing a lot of hard work and good projects. But whatever I'll get, I'll be very happy and content with it.
So very few people like you around, you know.
You need to be happy. It's life.
Exactly. So those people, I believe, are unhappy.
It's life.
As
you have
unhappy
to
as
travel, and you have to focus on your own life. You have to enjoy your chapters in life. You have to find things what you love to do, dancing or reading or sketching or whatever.
Absolutely.
You have to invest time in what makes you happy and not look at what is making other people happy. You'll never be happy.
Or what he's waiting for, what he's thinking about you.
Yeah, that's true.
You always wanted to enter into glamour world?
Never. So I'm a first class.
Yeah, I know about that. We had spoken on the phone when
in
somebody came and tapped you.
Yeah, no. I'm just telling you about my educational background. I am a first class in English honors from Miranda House. I did my MA in Mass Comm from Jamia. I've written my dissertation on Habib Tanveer in Indian street theatre.
And I also, you read a lot, I mean.
Yeah, I love reading. But that's where all the time goes, then you don't have the time to think about other rubbish and fill your mind with things that are not required of you.
Yeah.
I love being in my own world of stories and imaginations. From my grandma Nani, actually, she used to tell me a lot of mythological stories, religious stories, and fantasy fictions as a child, because I used to refuse to eat, sleep without listening to stories. So I've grown up with stories, and so my father introduced me to books and Shakespeare, Chaucer very early in life. So I used to love reading, and then slowly I think I discovered Sidney Sheldon also, which my father wasn't very happy about, because obviously it's popular.
At what age?
Popular fiction. 14 I did 10, so 13, 12, 11, 12.
Yeah, so 12 was early for Sidney Sheldon.
Yeah, very early for Sidney Sheldon. He was not happy. He used to take away my books away and lock them, and I used to read it with like a torch in the night inside the blanket. I still remember. So yeah.
But in fact, Sidney Sheldon, my favorite book is the one I'm sure you must have read it, The Naked Face.
The Naked Face also read. You remember The Other Side of Midnight, Memories of Midnight Skies,
Those
The
were
Limit? No, my favorite is Rage of Angels.
Okay.
Yeah, I really like that book.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
It's quite
at that time, and now I don't remember.
Too many twists and turns in that.
Too many twists and turns in that, yeah.
So after this, what are you? Will you go back to TV if a very plum project comes along, or is
Yes,
it now?
I would do
is
it.
it now no to TV?
I would do it. I would do it. I would do a web. I'm open to doing everything, but I don't want to. I'll be very honest. I don't want to do anything on TV or on web, where which will require like an 8-month or a 10-month shoot. But if it's a seasonal thing where it requires me to shoot for 3-4 months, of course I'll do it very happily, both for TV and for web. I don't.
So it's not goodbye to TV.
It's not. It's not. I never say goodbye to. You can't say goodbye to home. I'm way too grateful to television for everything.
But web also, you need to be very bold and maybe even abusive. You must have seen some web shows.
No, not all shows are like
all
that.
All shows are not like that.
All shows are not like that. But you never know. Life has always surprised me, and it has always had its own plans. So let's see what's there in store for me, and I am also waiting to see how my life unfolds. So it's okay to. It's better to plan, not plan things, and to go with the flow.
But the part that I realize is you're not drawing lines. Ki, I'm not going to do kissing. I'm not going to abuse. You're not laying down any rules here.
No. It's the role and the script. If I truly love something, I can't say I will only do Kathak and not do Bharatnatyam and not do Odissi. If I loved you love dance, you love dance. At least try.
So you'll experiment with the other forms.
No, at least I'll try. I'll see if it sometimes what happens, you are saying something abusive and it doesn't suit your personality so much, and then the director or the writer takes a call saying, अच्छा it's not, उस पे अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है यार, हटा दो, कुछ और बुलवा दो यहाँ पे. So that also happens. But
it happened with Patra Lekha actually. She was doing
really?
that. Yeah, because the last film which she did with Vikram Bhatt, and she was quite abusive in that. So she herself told me that I thought it didn't suit me, and somehow it didn't work for her.
Yeah.
So she wanted a change of image then.
Okay.
And because her earlier movie City Lights was like a very simple girl with Rajkumar.
Yeah.
So
so that happens.
Sometimes
See,
it backfires.
Sometimes
it can backfire. It can.
So you need to try everything. You shouldn't say no before like trying it. And if you feel like you're not comfortable and it's not suiting you, then you can always.
Is the beautiful and attractive Mouni Roy single?
Yes, absolutely single and very, very happy.
And why?
Because there are no good men around, yeah.
Oh, come on.
I swear. Not
or
good men.
Maybe you're engrossed in your books. Yeah.
Not good men as such, but nobody who is nobody for me, I guess, right now. But I believe in timing and unities of space, time, and action. Whoever has to walk in my life will walk in at the
But do you believe in the
time.
institution of marriage?
Of course I do. I have seen the most successful marriage at home, around me. All my best friends are very happily married. I'll name them also. Rupali, Sohana, Sanji, Neha, Anisha, Amna. They're all very, very happily married. So I genuinely believe in the institution. But I also believe that it's very important to be married to the right person. Otherwise, I think your light is lost.
Are you tough in emotions? Because you had a breakup or two in your life, and
as tough as vulnerable. I think that's how all of us human beings are. How do I overcome?
How did you overcome? I'm saying you had your.
I don't like to talk about my personal life at all.
But still, I mean, who was the supporting system? I mean, you can't just be
all
alone.
All my friends and family is always there for me, and I'm always grateful. I hate to talk about my personal life, so yeah. But it's all good. It's all good.
But the last one which came as a headline was like Mohit saying, you saying rather.
I am not.
We are not even saying. We are not even friends.
Yes.
Yeah.
I am zipping my mouth and throwing the key. That's what I'm going to do with that question.
I'm going to keep the key and come back to you in the next interview.
Okay. You do that.
Thank you, Mouni. Thank you so much for being on Spotboy.
It was lovely so much. Yeah, we spoke so much, and thank you for having me here today. And it was lovely talking to you.
We were chasing you for quite some time, and thank you for.
No. I am very, very, very happy that we did this today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.